Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Travis Hogue, and I'm your host for this morning's Love Stream. We're excited to have you with us on October 4th, 2020. And Reverend Elizabeth will be joining us shortly to speak on the topic of the laws of wealth creation. Our musical inspiration this morning is the amazing Amy Steinberg. And as we are getting ready to begin, I would love to invite you to start a watch party on Facebook or share this love stream with your friends. I'll also share a link in the comment section for our YouTube stream. In case your friends are not on Facebook, you can share the love stream with them on the YouTube platform. And now, Amy Steinberg will bring us into love alignment with some prelude music to start us off. Yeah!
Good morning, Travis, and good morning, CCSL, and anybody else who's watching. I know I look just like an ordinary human, walking and talking like the average Joe, going with the flow, but underneath this skin I'm in is an infinite soul superhero, yeah. And I know this road seems like just a way to travel, just a street, a way to go. But underneath is the territory of divinity, or the infinite soul superhero. Never die, we go on and on. Spirit fly beyond the light of dawn. Hey, I am in the song you sing. You know how the melody goes, yeah. Because you are an infinite soul superhero, yeah. Oh, it's so good to be here with you. I know this day seems like just another day. Oh, sunrise, sunset, doing what you do. Oh, going with the flow, but underneath this everyday sway, yeah, is an infinite soul superhero, yeah. Never die, we go on and on. Spirit fly beyond the light of dawn. Hey, I am in the song you sing. You know how the melody goes, yeah. Because you are an infinite soul, an infinite soul, yeah. You are an infinite soul superhero, yeah. Never die, we go on and on. Spirit fly beyond the light of dawn. Yeah, I am in the song you sing. You know how the melody goes, yeah. Because you are an infinite soul superhero.
Hey, yes, superhero.
That's you.
So stoked to have you back with us, Amy. Thank you for being
My
here.
pleasure.
Yay! We're having a cute fest, love fest here today, and welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley, and I am the Spiritual Director and Senior Minister here at the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, and we're broadcasting to you live today from our condo in San Luis Obispo, California, and the center is actually located in Templeton, California. Now, we have an affirmation for you today, and it's a very simple one, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I am a mighty money magnet.
I am a mighty money magnet.
I'm a mighty money magnet.
I am a mighty money magnet.
I'm a mighty money magnet.
I am a mighty money magnet.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Beautiful. And so now we'll turn it over to Amy for her next song.
Oh, I thought we'd just start with a simple chant that we could all sing together. It's my song called Love, Sweet Love. As we recognize our abundance, the abundance of love that's all around us is ever present. Yes. So simple. I want you to sing with me. It goes like this. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Love is the only truth. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Join me. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Comes through. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Love is the only truth. Yeah. Love is the only truth. One more time. Love, sweet love, surrounds me. Come on. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Comes through. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. 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 Once more. Love is the only truth.
Oh, that's just wonderful, Amy. Thank you so much. Love is the only truth. Good morning, CSL. Welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. I am BJ DiGirolamo, and I'm your announcements angel for today. First things first, it's the first Sunday of the month, so we have October birthdays. Are there any October birthdays out there? I just want to raise and praise you right now. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Rev.
Yeah. For
Libra.
Sure. All right. Amy,
Scorpio.
you want to give us a birthday song?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Rev. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. I think we need to do it one more time for everyone, all the Libras. Come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. I'm just so proud to know this song. To you, if we remember last time.
Woo!
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Amy. All right, I will now read our mission statement. With everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. We teach innovative spiritual practices and principles that inspire deeper love of self and others, transformation, a closer relationship with God, freedom from suffering, expansive joy, prosperity, and the healing of the mind, body, and spirit. We are a conscious group of positive, inspired, spiritually motivated individuals transforming lives. We just happen to have a spiritual center. You want to check us out? Yes! All right. So after service today, please join us for coffee and conversation at 11 a.m.-ish via Zoom. And Travis is going to provide the link in the comment section here. And you can also find it on our center page in the Coffee and Conversation event. All right, Spiritual Practices and Principles, which is a CSL certified foundational class, begins on Tuesday, October 13th. And it's going to be facilitated by the amazing Reverend Sharon Dunn, who was our guest speaker on August 23rd. Reverend Sharon is a great teacher and is very happy to be facilitating this class for us in Reverend Elizabeth's place. It's a 6-week class, which meets October 13th through November 17th on Tuesday mornings for 2 hours from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. Required text for this class is This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. Cost for the class is $150, and that includes a $45 CSL class certification and your student workbook for the class. This is a foundational level class and a prerequisite for all other Science of Mind classes. You can register today at cccsl.org/classes. All right, we build our immunity and spiritual community, so please remember to join us on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 1 p.m. via Zoom for our spiritual check-in. You can find the link on our Facebook page under events. And next Sunday, you are not going to want to miss this. We are very blessed to have the amazing Karen Drucker deliver the music and our message. So please join us for that next Sunday. Let's see. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find the link right here. And let's see, donations. Let's see, Travis, I think we have the donation button down here at the bottom of the love stream. You can also make donations via PayPal, our website at ccccsl.org, and you can also send a personal check to our center, and the address is 689 Crocker Street in Templeton, California. All right, thanks for letting me be of service, and I will pass it back to Reverend Elizabeth.
All right. So at this time, I would like to remind you that we have a prayer team. And if there's something that is heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe there's something you're looking to manifest in your life, I invite you to please send your prayer requests to info@ccccsl.org. You can see it scrolling across the screen there. And the prayer team will pray over your requests for you for the next week. And that team consists of myself, our assistant minister, Reverend Diane Davison, and our 2 outreach practitioners, Jeffrey Tucker and Maria Bucaro. And if you would like to receive a phone call, one of us will reach out to you and pray with you over the phone as well. So blessings. And now I'd love to turn it over to Charlie for our Science of Mind reading.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. Let's look at our precious thoughts. Precious thoughts. Today and every day, I am reminded to always remember that our thoughts are our prayers. Our thoughts are our prayers. Now, as we are continually thinking nonstop, try and stop thinking. Double dog dare ya. Stop thinking. So it follows we're continually in prayer. Continually. Now stay with me, and let's go just a step farther. If we are continually in prayer, then every thought is oh so precious. Every thought. Therefore, every thought counts, and there are no unimportant moments or unimportant thoughts. So, every thought counts, every thought, every single thought. So, change your thinking, change your life. What you think about comes about, and one of my favorite reminders comes from Neville Goddard, who in his book Awakened Imagination states, you illuminate or darken your life by the ideas to which you consent. So I ask you, to what ideas do you consent? This seems quite worthy of contemplation. To what ideas do you consent? Ernest Holmes said, never let anything cause you to doubt your ability to demonstrate the truth. And remember, what you think about comes about. So change your thinking and change your life. And so it is.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. That was just beautiful. So this is a perfect time to take the energy of Charlie's reading into our time of inner reflection and prayer, as we simply allow ourselves to be. And I invite us to move into that inner sanctuary of your heart, allowing yourself to be present in this moment, knowing that there is no place you need to go to, there's no calls you need to make, there's no to-do list. This precious moment is made for you. So I invite us to simply focus on our breath, to surrender anything that is within you, and just let go. It is safe. For today, we start anew in love. So as I recognize the loving presence of God that is in and around and through all, this divine energy of love and power radiates its richness throughout all of life. It is in all of nature. It is in acts of kindness, in generosity of spirit, and in grateful heart. And as I know I choose every experience in my life, I claim right now to choose love and only love to experience. I claim it. I feel it. I speak it. I walk it. I drink it. I know it. For this is a truth within myself. And as I claim this truth within myself, I claim and know it for every person, place, or thing on this earth. For each of us are at choice to experience love as our truth, just as beautiful as Amy sang in her song, that beautiful song of love. So I claim love for our sacred service today. I claim love for Reverend Elizabeth as she speaks from her heart and from her consciousness of abundance and her loving and grateful heart. I claim love for every person watching today or later on. I claim love for all of the angels that continue to support our church in deed and in contribution. I claim love for all of our volunteers, and I claim love for every person in this world. And in this place of overflowing love, we send it out to our community, send it out to our country, we send it out to the world. We bless everyone. For in this overflow, there is enough for all of us and even more to share. Because the truth is, as we bless others, we bless ourselves. So with a grateful and loving heart, I release my prayer right now into the creative law of love and abundance, knowing it is being demonstrated right here and right now. And we say together, and so it is. Amen.
Oh, thank you so much, Rev Diane. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So filthy, stinking rich. Yeah. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love. We have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love. We have everything we need, you see, because we are so rich. So, you can join me singing So Rich. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich. dripping in joy, dripping in joy, peace, dripping in peace, love, dripping in love. We have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love. We have everything you need, you see, 'cause we are so rich. Yeah. Hey. Grat-tat-tat-tat, spilling up my veins, digging on the decadence, goodness reigns. Queen bee being on the throne of ease, rich with infinite potentialities. We think money has value. Listen, it's paper, metal, electronic transmission. We get what we give. We are unique. We breathe. Cannot just give, cannot just receive. Law of circulation, money secondary. You have an essence only you can carry. As I advance on my journey, I see there is a power for good, and it could use me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Being used by the Great Spirit, we sing so rich, yeah. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love. We have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace, dripping in love. We have everything we need, you see, 'cause we are so rich.
Woo! Yeah, I love it. That's the perfect song.
That's right.
So so rich we are. What a great earworm for us to carry through this week, right?
Yes, I can't wait to hear you talk about it.
Yeah, thank you. All right, here we go. Hello, friends. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley, and I am the Spiritual Director and Senior Minister for the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. We are so rich, my friends, and I am so glad that you are here watching today. So welcome to October. It's hard to believe it's already October, and the theme for October is the science of getting rich. So how wonderful to remember that we are already so rich, so rich, so rich. I love that. And the topic for today, October 4th, is the laws of wealth creation. Now we're going off the track of the rest of the Science of Mind centers for the month of October and using this book by Wallace Wattles, which is The Science of Getting Rich. And this is a wonderful book, and it's a great way for you to just start reading and see where you're at. Like the first sentence or first few sentences of the book cause one to really check in with themselves, because when you're hearing or reading a spiritual truth for the first time, you can find out what you truly believe by what your reaction is. So if you hear something, read something, and you instantly think, oh no, that can't be, then you can really look at, oh, well, now where does that come from? So this is going to maybe push some buttons, and I love that. So it's good because we're ever expanding our consciousness, right? And so for today, we're going to broadly, and I'm really going to do my best to broadly cover some of these laws of wealth creation according to Wallace D. Wattles and the book, The Science of Getting Rich. And so I will begin with number 1, which is to start with a grateful heart. See this sign? This is such a beautiful reminder, and this was a wedding gift for us recently. Thank you, Alexandra. We have not put this up on our door yet, and we're going to, like, right above, so when we leave and we see that and remember to start each day with a grateful heart. And I'm going to talk more about that soon. Number 2 is to use your thoughts. Use your thoughts. Now we'll go into that shortly. Number 3 is act now. And number 4 is to remember that an ever-increasing good is available. And 5 is to really get that there is no competition. Now, there is no competition. You want to get this at the very core of your being so you can truly understand that we're not here to compete. We're here to create. And as we move from competition to creativity, we get into a place of generating our lives from that rather than always trying to do better than this person or that person or the neighbor or whatever it is, that we've sort of been taught to in our lives. So I would like to first discuss, it's like right from the jacket of this book, right from the opening the jacket of the book right here, there's some quotes. And these are quite powerful quotes. And those are, now that there are countless millions of dollars. No, oh, sorry. Let me start again. Know that there are countless millions of dollars worth of gold in the mountains of the earth, not yet brought to light. And know that if there were not, more would be created from thinking substance to supply your needs. All right, so just check in with yourself and see how that landed and listen to the next statement. Know that the money you need will come, even if it is necessary for 1,000 people to be led to the discovery of new gold mines tomorrow. You must know that the money you need will come. And lastly, Wallace tells us to never look at the visible supply. Look always at the limitless riches in formless substance and know that they are coming to you as fast as you can receive and use them. Nobody, by cornering the visible supply, can prevent you from getting what is yours. Oh my gosh, that one right there is so powerful. Have you ever wanted to do something and thought, I don't have the money. Where's the money going to come from? I'm going to have to work real hard and do X, Y, Z. And you go into this whole linear mode of thinking. But what Wallace Wattles is asking us, inviting us to do is to not look at that visible supply. Instead, focus your attention, focus your thoughts on this idea that there are countless millions of dollars available to us out there. And right now, right? It's coming to us. And so nobody, by cornering the visible supply, can prevent you from getting what is yours, right? So in other words, we are rich. We are wealthy. It is our birthright to experience the riches of God. Yes, the riches of the divine, the riches of the universe, and the kingdom of heaven is within us. And so as we seek first this kingdom of heaven within us, all of these riches will be added unto us. And so we've got to take our attention off of the visible and place it on this idea and begin to dwell on this thought and imagine with me that there is, in fact, a thinking stuff from which all things are made, right? And by impressing the thought upon formless substance, we can use the thing that we think about to be created. So I'll say that again. Humans, in another way, humans can form things in their thought. And by impressing our thoughts upon formless substance, we can cause the thing that we think about to be created. I always think of those little pin art boxes, and you put your hand in and then it forms the shape of your hand. You know what I'm talking about? When you were a kid, those were so awesome. But it is the same thing. And so Wallace Wattles is where I first heard this idea that there's not empty space. Like it seems like if you look around you, there's all this space and it appears empty. But actually, what is in this space is all that we desire to experience in our lives. That actually in this space that appears to be nothing is permeating everything, anything that we would love to experience for ourselves in our lives. And whatever we desire is yours, is ours, and it's ours for the having. There's a good for us, and we ought to have it, and we will have it, and we're starting today. So that's fun and exciting. So I would like you to consider with me that just to take a moment now and check in with yourself. Check in with yourself. See how this is landing for you. if this is filled with a lot of trigger words and a lot of implications for many people for the first time. For instance, the first trigger is responsibility, right? So automatically, we have this first lesson, and the lesson is I'm responsible, right? The world is not happening to me. The world is not happening to me. I am responsible, and I actually have the tools. And not only do I have the tools, I have the power within me to co-create with the divine a life that is rich. I have the power to co-create this life that is abundant and that feeling of being wealthy and prosperous. It's up to each one of us. And the second item that is really can be a trigger is that there's no competition, right? We've got to stop thinking that there's more over here than there is over there. And that goes for anything, right? Now, some of us are competitive. I find myself a little competitive. I tell you, you don't want to get into a game of Uno with me because it's all over. But we don't have to be that competitive, right? We've got to really get and take our mindset, our way of being out of that competition, because how we do one thing is how we do everything. And so we may be competitive in Uno and accidentally carry that competitiveness out into our lives where we are wanting to create something magnificent for ourselves, and we're stuck on how the other person got this and that and I didn't. You see that, right? Yeah. Number 3, that is a roadblock, is you don't want to go literal black and white, my friends. Do not go, one end of the spectrum or another end of the spectrum. We want to remember that we're not willing things to be, and we're not thinking about only X until we receive it, right? There's more to it than that. And the 4th stumbling block is the question, well, can I really have whatever I want? Is it okay for me to have whatever I want, especially when others are suffering? The answer to that is yes. And then the 5th that could be a stumbling block is the snobbish attitude, right? Well, there's more to life than getting what I want. There is so much more. I'm so much more evolved than that. And my question is, are you? Oh my gosh, I just said that, didn't I? Are you? So this is the beginning, right? And it's for the advanced as well. But for beginners, we are learning that we have this power to create in our lives whatever good we want to experience, whatever the good is for you. You know, Emma Curtis Hopkins said, there is good for me and I ought to have it. There is good for you and you ought to have it. And I love that song that Anton Miserak and his music partner, I can't remember her name at the moment, wrote, but it's there is good for me and I ought to have it. And I'll leave the singing to Amy for the rest of the talk, the rest of the day. But just check in, right? If you felt any of those, that's okay. Just notice it and be aware that that is maybe a belief in you that is a hidden belief around money or around your being deserving. And so we're going to bust through those today. So I'm going to jump to the first law of wealth creation, which is to start with a grateful heart. Start with a grateful heart, right? Start each day feeling gratitude. Name 5 things you're grateful for. I invite you to do that right now. Just name 5 things you're grateful for. You can put the things in the comment section here. And I'll wait patiently for you to add those in. Name 5 things you're grateful for, my friends. You don't have to say I'm grateful for. You can just put them out. What are you grateful for right now? Let's see it. And gratitude is the great multiplier, right? So as you recognize abundance and give thanks, you align yourself with it. You're tuning into the abundant nature of the universe. And so, therefore, you are inviting it in and inviting in more for you to be grateful for into your experience. How cool is that? Not to mention that giving thanks actually feels good. I love to write thank you cards and send them to people. Oh, that's one of my most favorite things. And so I start each day listing 10 things for which I am grateful. And then I end the day also right before I fall asleep, listing in my mind 10 things for which I'm grateful. And it is fun and it feels good to know and acknowledge the good in my life, even when there's a bad day. That way I can always get to that place of good and see and feel and experience this good and know that there is more good coming. And even in the darkest times, right? And so studies have also actually shown that gratitude is good for your health and causes you to feel more positive emotions. Who doesn't want that, especially in a time like this? You know, we're in pandemic, there are fires, there's racial injustice and inequality happening. And so we can turn to gratitude to transform our own individual experience and get tuned in, you know, like guitar players adjust the strings of their guitar to playing a specific tuning, and all the different songs have different tunings. So we're doing a spiritual tuning by getting into gratitude. So we're going to talk a lot about gratitude in November, which I'm really looking forward to. So just remember that feeling gratitude is a great, great way for you to recalibrate with source energy. And in terms of wealth and creating wealth, Wattles tells us that action and reaction are always equal and in opposite directions. So that means I'm grateful, I get more to be grateful for. I'm grateful, I get more to be grateful for. And he also says that the grateful mind continually expects good things. When you start counting your grateful list, and if you do it for a certain period over time, you automatically begin to look for what you're grateful for wherever you find yourself. How cool is that, right? Oh, it's so amazing. And he also tells us that the moment you permit your mind to dwell with dissatisfaction upon things as they are, you begin to lose ground. So you're building your gratitude, 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 and then maybe something happens that you don't like, and so then you start, you write your journal about it, and then you call up all your friends and start talking to them about your dissatisfaction with things. And then now your habit is leaning into and toward looking for the dissatisfaction. What don't you like about this and that and the other thing? And boy, do not get me started, because there's so many things, right? But I want to use this law of attraction in my life to expand my good, not to expand my dissatisfaction. Blah, you know what I mean? That's not for me. And I imagine it's probably not for you either. So being grateful puts us into harmony with the good in everything. And the good in everything moves toward us. As we get in harmony with the good in everything, the good in everything moves toward us. So that seems pretty easy. So all we need to do is, if we catch ourselves fixating on our dissatisfaction with anything or complaining about something, just stop, drop, and say, there is good for me and I ought to have it. There is good for me and I ought to have it. There is good for me and I ought to have it. And then boom, you've recalibrated, right? And now you're available to list the things you're grateful for. Even if you can't feel it in that moment, as you start to list the things for which you are grateful, you begin to feel it. And so gratitude is the great multiplier. It multiplies the good all around you, whatever the specific good is for you in your own mind, right? And whatever riches you want to create, this is what we're talking about. Number 2, are you using your thoughts wisely, or are your thoughts using you? And actually, Number 2 was use your thoughts. And so I'm asking you this question. Are you using your thoughts wisely, or are your thoughts using you? Wallace Wattles in his book tells us we must act and think in a certain way. And so those of us, all of us who are here studying and learning the science of mind are learning this, and we're all at different levels, and a lot of us have had demonstrations, and some of us are wondering when it will be our turn to have a demonstration or what we really want. And so I'm going to remind you in this moment, because all of this that I'm sharing, I know it's just all reminders, right? You have this knowledge and wisdom within you, and I'm just pulling it out and bringing it up today in this service. And so I just forgot what I was going to say. It came and went. So there you go. I'm just reminding you that we're here to remember that our thoughts create. So here we are. Now, why do we need to consider, are we using our thoughts wisely, or are thoughts using us? Well, because thought produces tangible riches from that formless substance, right? There is a spiritual protoplasm, plasma, whatever you call it, and it is, it's the nothing, unformed stuff, right? It's unformed, it's formless, and so it's available to us right now, and it is the stuff from which all things are made, and in it there's a substance which thinks, and a thought of form in this substance produces the form. So whatever you're thinking about is creating an impression, right? It's creating an impression in your life around you. And so an example for you is, you might have a friend who seems to always get in the same relationship. It's the same problems, just with a different face, right? And so that is because the thoughts and their thinking and the patterns and their ways of being have pushed out into their into the unformed stuff, and they're carrying it with them wherever they go. Like Pigpen and the dust cloud, right? And so the stuff from which all things are made is a substance which thinks, and the thought of form in this substance produces the form. So original substance moves according to its thoughts. Every form and process you see in nature is the visible expression of a thought in original substance. Can you get that for a moment? So every form and process you see in nature is the visible expression of a thought in original substance, right? And so what you're seeing right here was all born from a thought, okay? Everything that you're seeing all around you, I mean, just look around wherever you find yourself right now, and you'll see all of this came from some thought. Now, as the stuff thinks of a form, it makes that form. As it thinks of a motion, it makes that motion. So I'm going to share with you one of my favorite stories. I know I've shared it before, but it's just so good. I can't help myself, and there are new people watching. So here we go. When I was a little girl, my parents owned a speedboat, and the speedboat was awesome. It was called Yellow Fever, and it had like this sparkly yellow paint with silver on the top, and in big yellow block letters across the top, it said Yellow Fever. And me and my brother just thought this thing was so cool. And we'd take it out, and my mom, my dad, and brother would go to the lake, and the three of them would take turns water skiing. And they were so good at it. They were just like amazing. And I would watch with such awe. I thought it was so cool. And I remember my mom, dad, and brother, they could all even ski on one ski. I was like, man, they have got balance. This is so cool. And so they tried to teach me how to ski when I was about 7, but I just wasn't able to get it. I wasn't able to get it. They would explain the process to me, and then they'd take off in the boat going fast, and I'd be holding the rope, but for some reason I was not able to stand up. And instead the boat would go, and I would hold the rope and not let go of the rope, but go straight under the water. So I'd be like skiing under the water, and it was not good. It was bad. And so my parents thought, oh man, they tried and tried. And then they thought, well, we're afraid that we're going to we're going to injure her, or what if she doesn't come back up because she's holding onto the rope? And so they said, yeah, we're done. We can't try this anymore. And it was like, okay, no big deal. So no more of that. Now, fast forward to 30 years into the future, and I'm out on the Delta. Have you been to the Delta? It's a great place to ski. And my good friends David Bruner and Mauricio Lopez took me out on their boat. Now, these guys were great water skiers. They were really good. And they asked me if I wanted to try it, and I told them, well, I don't know, I haven't really had a good experience in trying this in the past, and told them all the whole story about what had happened, and they were still convinced that they could actually teach me to water ski. And so I gave it a try. What could I say? They were convinced. They had the confidence. So I just jumped on board. So I got out there. I got into position. I'm holding the rope out in front of me, just like they asked me to, with my skis pointing up, my knees slightly bent, and then say, okay, hit it, right? And they hit it, and the boat is moving fast. Oh my gosh, it's moving fast. And here we go. I can feel myself about to pop up out of the water, and something happens in me, and I instinctively try to help. I try to sort of pull myself up, and then I fall immediately. Boat circles around, and then I make 2 more attempts, and the same thing happens. I'm so eager and ready to do this, and I think that I have to make it happen. I've got to do this, right? And so I fell a couple more times, and then I got back in the boat, and my turn came around again. And the guys gave me a lesson on the back of the boat this time, which is to have me seated in position and ready. So I sat on the back of the boat as if I were going to be sitting in the water, and I'm just supposed to be seated in position with my arms holding the rope out like this, trying to get straight arms there. There we go. Oh, there we go. And the skis pointed up, of course. And then I just stay in position, and the boat's supposed to speed up, and I'm just supposed to stay in position and wait. I get into position and then wait. Now, Mauricio said some very powerful words to me, which I remember even to this day. He said, you stay in position and be ready. The boat will pull you up, but you have to let the boat do the work. What? Let the boat do the work? Wow, brilliant. Okay. So I translate that to a spiritual meaning of let God do the work, get into position, get into this receptive posture, be ready, set your thinking, your patterns of thinking up accordingly, and be grateful for all that you have. And let the boat do the work. Let God do the work. So we don't need to make things happen. We are called to make them welcome. So let God do the work. Get into position, be ready. Let God, the universe, the thing itself, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, the force, the way, spirit, source energy, the one power, whatever you call it, let it do that work for you. This is a co-creative process, remember. So I tried again, and sure enough, I let the boat do the work, and I popped right up. I giggled with joy. I was so happy. I think I even teared up a little bit, And I knew that would be a chapter in my book one day, and it still will be. So get into position and let the boat do the work. Get into position and let God do the work. So the position, my friends, that I am talking about in this case is get your thinking right. Get your thinking in order, right? Are you using your thoughts, or are your thoughts using you? The point is that there is a mental aspect and a physical aspect to this. If I want to water ski, I've got to have the right mindset, the right thinking, so I can take the right action. Right thought leads to right action. It's just the way it works. It's just the way that it is. So set your thinking right and let God do the work. Choose the thoughts that you will dwell upon to create the life you desire for yourself. This is how you become wealthy. This is how you get to be available and receptive to the good for you that you know you ought to have. Now, Michael Beckwith, I love what he says about being receptive. He says, get into the receptive posture. So get into that receptive posture mentally and physically. So if I'm trying to hand you something and your fists are closed, you cannot receive what I'm handing you, right? If I'm trying to teach you something and your mind is closed, then you cannot receive what I'm trying to teach you. So as the legendary Ice Cube would say, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yes, I said it, my friends. Chickadee check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself is what he said. I'm sure Amy's laughing right now at that. So take a step back. What that means. Take a step back and reconsider your actions before you get yourself in trouble. Am I receptive to my good? Am I ready to receive? Am I ready to receive? And right that thinking. You are deserving of all of the riches in the world. As you get your thinking right, you will act accordingly because your thoughts dictate your actions. So if you want to change your actions, you've got to change your mind because the two are working together. It's not one or the other. They work together. Number 3. I know it's a lot of information, right? Act now. Act now. I feel like I'm in an infomercial. Act now. This special deal won't last forever. Act now. Act now because now is the time, my friends. This life is fleeting, right? This is not a dress rehearsal. We're up to something magnificent and there's good for us and we ought to have it. So let's act now. Our actions supplement our thoughts and we are called to just do it. So my next lesson from water skiing is about focusing on where you are going. In the same manner as my previous story of learning to water ski, when I had to learn to change my action through changing my mindset to get into position and let the boat do the work, for my next trick, as I sat back in the boat waiting again for my turn, I remember watching Mauricio and David skiing, and they would do this amazing trick where they would go back and forth and from the left side of the boat all the way to the right side, way beyond, like almost to the banks of this wide space in the delta that we were skiing on. And I thought it was just so cool. And Mauricio would even be able to position himself in such a way to spray water, and it would create like this cool water wall. And I just thought that was so awesome, right? I thought it was so cool. And so I wanted to try it. And of course, naturally, I got out there and I would try to turn my body, slightly to the left, or like if I turn slightly to the right, maybe it'll work. But nothing happened. So then they gave me another powerful and very important pro tip, which was to look where you want to go and keep looking that way. Look where you want to go and keep looking that way. Okay. So I tried it, of course, my next turn, and I just looked to the left. I'm still holding the rope out here, and I just look to the left and I keep looking, and the boat's going, and sure enough, zoom, all of a sudden I go off to the left real quick and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And so then I look to the right, and it's not like I have to turn my whole body. I just look over that way, right? Just look instead of, and then zoom all the way to the right. What? I felt like I had suddenly had the key to the universe. I had this key to these invisible laws that were available to me. And it was like, wow. So act now. We're going to break this down. Act now. I want to go to the left, right? So my thought is look where I want to go and keep looking that way. Okay. And my action is I'm looking to the left and I'm going to keep looking to the left. And my desire was to go to the left. So my action of looking to the left and keep looking supplemented the thought of looking where I wanted to go, and my desire to go to the left was fulfilled. Boom! That's a mic drop. There you go. So act now, right? It's that easy. We complicate things with our analytical minds. So number 4, an ever-increasing good is mine. An ever-increasing good is mine. So one of my all-time favorite Ernest Holmes quotes is from an essay called Loose the Consciousness. And this essay is from the Living the Science of Mind book by Ernest Holmes. And if you don't have that, I highly recommend it. It is so amazing. And so bottom of page 339, Loose the Consciousness. It says, good and more good is mine. An ever-increasing good is mine. There is no limit to the good which is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel it. I experience it. It crowds itself against me, flows through me, expresses itself in me, and multiplies itself all around me. Wow. I'll say that once again. Good and more good is mine. An ever-increasing good is mine. There is no limit to the good which is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel it. I experience it. It crowds itself against me, flows through me, expresses itself in me, and multiplies itself around me. And so it is. Yeah! That's awesome. All right, so be grateful for whatever you have and know that the universe has so much more to give to you, that your wealth is ever increasing as you open yourself up to it. So now is a good time to talk about that people may be very satisfied with exactly where they are. Everyone, which is great, but why not expand and increase your good? It's almost like a responsibility, right? So we've got the spiritual tools and the formula, and we are called really to be significant in our riches, both individually and collectively, right? Collectively as a spiritual community, and to affect transformation in the world. So why not do that? So we begin to move through the sequence of growth, which is moving from survival to stability, and then from stability to success. Survival mode, by the way, is, you don't know how you're going to pay the bills. You're barely able to make ends meet. And then moving from stability to success, you have a steady income now and you're able to pay the bills. And then as you move stability to success, like our center is in this area right now with our attention on the next level, because we are looking to where we want to go, and we will keep looking there. And then the next level is to move from success to significance. So breaking that down, a spiritual center such as ours that is in survival financially has its next step to reach financial stability. Now, if the center is living week to week and struggling to pay the bills, the limited financial resources will prevent the center from doing greater work in the community. This was the condition of our spiritual center when I arrived in April of 2018. We turned it around in 2 years, my friends. If we can turn this center around, you can turn your individual lives around. So once stability is achieved, the goal will be to work then towards success. Success might look like, okay, now there are 6 months of operating reserves in the bank, and we've got fully funded existing programs and resources to fund future programs. And then financial significance looks like the ability to not only pay for one's way, but the ability to sponsor a new work in the world. Or maybe it looks like having enough resources on hand to respond to a world crisis, right? Or to plant a new church or start a school of ministry at your existing center. You see how you move through these different stages, and there's always an ever increasing good for us. And as long as we keep our eye on it and keep looking in that direction, we will get there. So lastly, we want to remember that there is no competition, that we actually must pass from competitive mind to creative mind in order to thrive and to stand in the truth about our wealth, knowing that there is plenty to go around. There is more than enough. There are countless millions of dollars worth of gold in the mountains of the earth that have not yet been brought to light. And if there were not, more would be created from the thinking substance to supply our needs. That's just the way it is. And so today, my friends, I have a challenge for you as we kick off the month of October. This is the month that we have our pledge drive. We've never done a pledge drive virtually like this, so I am excited to see how everyone in our community and beyond the walls of our community pulls together to make it be the best, most amazing pledge drive ever. And so the challenge for all of you, for those who choose to accept it, is I challenge you to set up monthly giving of $100 or more to our center. And if you do that, that means like go to PayPal and set up a recurring giving for $100 a month. And whoever does that for the month of October will receive an And So It Is t-shirt and an And So It Is mask designed and created by me personally as a gift to you, as gratitude for your commitment to us. And so the conclusion, my friends, start with a grateful heart. Use your thoughts. Act now. Remember that an ever-increasing good is available, always. And 5, there is no competition. And please repeat after me. I am a mighty money magnet. I am a mighty money magnet. I am a mighty money magnet. I'm a mighty money magnet. I'm a mighty money magnet. Woo! Believe it. Accept it. Assume that receptive posture and say yes to your ever increasing good. Now, let's pray. So turning our attention inward, we return to this beautiful, magnificent space within, which is the space where I absolutely know and affirm and believe and have seen for myself that God is all that there is. It is the thing itself, the universe, spirit, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, the source, the way, the force, whatever you call it, source energy. That is the thing of which I speak. And as we all turn our attention inward, we are not looking at anything in the external world, and we're only feeling and being in this space of no thing. And so we are all together, right? Looking at the same thing right now. And so I'm so grateful to remember that there is only one thing happening. And at the same time, we are individualized expressions of the thing itself. And as individualized expressions, we can come back to this thing, this one divine intelligence, this unformed stuff within the ultimate truth. And relax and know that it has everything. It is everything, that all of our needs are met, that we do not go for want of anything, that there is lack and abundance is not a part of this equation. We allow any thoughts of lack or worry or doubt or fear to just be dissipated right now back into the nothingness from whence it came, and join me in seeing it just released, right? We just like let it go, and you can even shake your hands a little bit and shake your body to just let it go. Let it go. It's not who we are. It's not what we're up to. Who we did come here to be are these brilliant, magnificent beings of light, shining brightly, radiantly out to all. And so we shine from that inner essence. And in that inner essence, we have built up this foundational belief of, yes, I am provided for. I am deserving. There is good for me and I ought to have it, and I am making my way to it. I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for my hair. I'm grateful for these glasses. I'm grateful for this technology that allows us to be here together right now. I'm grateful for the Zoom call that occurs pretty soon. I'm grateful for the music that Amy Steinberg is providing for us today. It's outstanding and beautiful. I'm grateful for all of the lavish abundance that I continue to receive in my life. And I'm grateful for all that is on the way. I'm grateful for this cool lipstick that I have. There's just so much. Do you see what I mean? We can just continue on. And as we give thanks for all of the good that we see and experience in our lives, it draws more of that good to us. And the world needs us right now. And so I'm very grateful for the commitment of each individual here and for the desire to move into a space of significance as far as money is concerned in our lives, so that we can have a significant financial resources for ourselves, so that it's not just about us anymore. We're able to provide for others, to bring their dream into reality, right? Oh, what a beautiful thing it is. And so I see this to be true for each one of us, whichever stage individually each individual is on. Whatever stage you're at, I know that you're open to and receptive to believing and experiencing that next level, that you truly get good and more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. There is no limit to the good which is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel it. I experience it. It crowds itself against me, flows through me, expresses itself in me, and multiplies itself all around me. I am a mighty money magnet. My life is blessed beyond measure. There are blessings coming into my life and the life of the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living that we don't even know about. It is amazing, and we are welcoming it all. And I know that each individual in our own life is welcoming it too. So thank you, Spirit, for this good. Now we are in our receptive posture and we focus. We are focused on the good. We are looking in the direction we want to go, and we are in the posture and ready, just like I was ready when it was time to ski, and I just sit back and let God do the work. And the universe responds, God responds, because it always does. And so I relax. I relax in the absolute appreciation for this good. I relax in the absolute appreciation for all that is and for all that is yet to be, as I send this prayer out into the loving and creative action of the law, where I know it is done and returns abundantly. That's just the way it works. And so I wait in joyful anticipation and cheerful expectancy for all the good. And so it is.
Well, I had a song planned, but then I got so inspired by what you said that I wrote like a little rap, and I thought maybe I'll just write a chant that goes around the rap. So I'm making this up right now, but I believe that that's what Spirit wants me to do. So that's what I want to do, Spirit through me. So I'm just going to make this up right now. I am a mighty money magnet. Oh, I am a mighty money magnet. You got it? It goes, I am a mighty money magnet. Oh, come on. I said, I am a mighty money magnet. Oh, here we go. Now this rap is based on what you just said. So it's basically the talk in this song, okay? I am a mighty money magnet. Here we go. What is your reaction? What do you believe? Do your buttons get pushed from the words that you read? Don't focus on the visible. Focus on the source. Limitless riches are yours, taking for the yours. Okay. See, I'm just making this up. That's why it's going to be a mess. Okay. What is your reaction? What do you believe? Do your buttons get pushed from the words that you read? Don't focus on the visible. Focus on the source. Limitless riches for the taking are yours. We can be creative. We can impress our thoughts, just like putting our hand on a pin box. Whatever we desire is ours to have and be. We must be responsible for the lives we lead. Moving from competition to creativity. We don't want to play Uno with Rev E. I am a marvelous money magnet. Yeah. I am a magical money magnet. I am a marvelous magical money magnet. I am a magical money marvelous magnet. Mighty, mighty, yeah. So when others suffer, do I deserve what I desire? There is good for us, and we ought to get higher. Get grateful. Start each day with 10 things and watch what that gratitude brings. Tune it up like a guitarist tunes their strings. Expand the good, bring harmony to everything. Every form you see is visible thought. It's true. Look around. You'll see it's all around you. Stay in position and be ready with your best. Then surrender and let the boat do the rest. Yeah, I'm a money, money, mighty, money, 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 mighty, money magic. Hey, hey, I am a mighty money magnet. I am a mighty money magnet. I am a mighty money magnet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome, God. You don't have to do it yourself. Get your thinking right. The thought leads to the wealth. Get receptive. Ask, are you ready to receive? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Believe. Look where you want to go. Keep looking that way. Act now with what you think and what you say. Good and more good is mine. Look for the good, and the good is what you find. I am a money magnet. I am a money, mighty money magnet. Oh yeah, I'm magic. I'm a money magnet.
Gosh, that was so awesome.
It's kind of a mess, but I just wanted to piggyback you.
Yeah, I love that. That was so cool. Well, can you record that again?
It's funny. It's like whenever I do this, because I do this at different churches.
Yeah.
It's like, do you ever see the Buddhist monks do those mandalas?
Oh,
and then
yeah,
they blow
that's
it away.
Huh? Yeah.
It's like anybody who is here who experienced your talk would understand.
Yeah.
But other people wouldn't get things like, I don't want to play Uno with Rev E.
Right, that's
You know what I mean? But I do want to play Uno with you.
Yeah, okay. We'll just be cool and creative about it, right?
Yeah. Exactly. It'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. That was
such a
so
pleasure.
good.
Thank
I
you so
love
much.
it. It's like 2 minutes, which took me 30 minutes, and you did it in 2. You've got
You
talent.
gotta wrap it up and a little like it's like people got to hear the message twice. That's how I think about it.
Yep. That's so cool. You really anchored it. Thank you.
I love you.
Love you too. Yeah. All right, friends. So, wow, I'm inspired. So we now have our offering affirmation, and I would like to remind you that this is our pledge month, and so we are looking to gain our pledges. I see that we've got a few donations happening from Facebook, and I would like to encourage you to please consider, if you're able to, giving from the overflow in your life, and know that there is more good for you. There's an ever-increasing good on the way. And you can donate on the donate button right here on this Facebook live stream, or you can donate through PayPal. It's paypal.me/CCCSL And you can do it now or after. And a reminder that we have our challenge for the month of October. Anyone who sets up an automatic tithe for $100 a month for for like a year or perpetually, you'll receive an And So It Is shirt and So It Is mask designed by me. So we'll be in touch. If I see that come through, I'll be in touch with you to find out what size and what color of shirt you would like. And so now we have our giving affirmation. I invite you to please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Woo-hoo! And so won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that you ever need to do is turn within, and it is here you will find you are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I express it.
I express it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
And just the way that it is not.
And just the way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Woohoo! Have a great week.
So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. Can you feel it? So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich.
Thank you, everybody. Amy, thank you so much.
That's the money coming off.
Thank you
Love
again.
Streamers.
So love you.
Have a great week. I love you guys.
I love you. Bye.